Hey there, good afternoon, everyone. I had just come over from the beach and wanted to show you really what's up. You see all the government buildings and, it's sort of like big whoopee. You've got all these overpaid people up there, but what else is going on? And really kind of the main travesty is we've got these huge overly giant ships coming in. That looks like an old ferry over there. That's kind of weird. That's not the usual sort of. And they just load up all of this wood coming from all over the place, really, once trees, and they're just decimating forests. And this thing just goes back forever. So, you look at a pile and, you think of the branches going out and it's just mountain after mountainside after mountainside. I kind of drove around here a few years ago filming, and it's just uncontrolled, it's unregulated. And it's weird because the port is also owned. It's owned supposedly publicly. We pay taxes for it. And yet it's all just these private ships coming in, putting logs onto China, and then just kind of charging Joe, the idiot taxpayer, for things like this, big crane that some insignificant person just really pushed for there. It was really pathetic. And, these logs all get put on the ships, taken, and then a huge amount more come. It's not like, there's just some logs there. No, they just vacuum them. They just vacuum them. It's as if it's endless. They act as if there's no tomorrow, that we have to just chop down every single tree there is. And, like back in the 70s and stuff, there actually was regulation. They weren't even bringing ships into this part of the area. It's too small. We used to have whales coming through. We don't have that anymore, although God knows if they should have been. It's a very polluted little inlet down here, and there goes our natural resources, to make, aspirin boxes. A lot of these logs just sit and rot as well at the docks, at other ports, or just get made into, like I said, the box around your aspirin and stupid stuff. And they're just selling it all for just extra cheap, and that's why the logs don't get treated right. Maybe if they sold them for a lot more would not be cut down. If you cut it and say, this can only be used for a Stradivarius or something. But somehow they're giving away our actual natural resources, and I just wonder, when is it all going to just collapse, right? But somebody's making big dollar off going to China, and state worker, and if you look up there on the hill, the natural resources building actually looks down on all of this. And I've always just wondered, how can they just sit there and eat their big lunches and just watch all the old growth, all the forests just get taken away, really never to return the way they're going at it. And I remember I used to call the Department of Ag a lot about 10 years ago, and found out the guy running it was from Oklahoma. And I love you, Oklahoma, you're the best. But my goodness me, he said, I don't care about trees. I'm from where there's no trees. And I was like, dude, I really like you, but come on. We need our trees out here. Oklahoma is okay. Every state is okay and wonderful. But do we have some little seagulls there getting in a fight over an oyster? These poor animals, they have no idea sort of the pollution they're in. So, sorry, I guess I have to kind of get going, but I wanted to show you a little bit of the breadth and depth of it. It's hard to, because a lot of the port has big trees and barriers around it, so you really can't film it from the other side. But just to think, this will all get loaded up just within a couple days, and then it will all be great big huge logs again, a day later. And it's really hard to get the information on how many logs are you shipping off to China, how many forests, how many hillsides. And when you start driving around this state, it gets damn depressing. I will tell you that. Damn depressing. And natural resources, they're all about giving our natural resources away for a penny if you're communist, if you're Maoist, if you're an LGBT Maoist, you're really going to get a good deal on it all, honey buns. So take good care. I'm sorry I'm being bad. Love you all. Bye.